Okay, was there some video trend where people show their initial reaction to their first view of the substance? If so, I'm super late to that party. It'd be very difficult for me to show my reaction to this body horror film that was released last year, but I needed an hour to recover from the horror that I saw. Now, The Substance was nominated for Oscar for Best Picture, which is a high accolade for any horror film. It's one of those films that I can recommend, but honestly, I don't think I'd watch it a second time because it is so disturbing and unsettling. The story is about a 50-year-old woman played by Demi Moore named Elizabeth Sparkle. I don't think it's her real name. And she has been hosting this very successful exercise show for at least a few decades. And one day her producer, played by Dennis Quaid, just lets her go because, well, she ain't as young as she used to be. And then on her way home, she gets into a car accident, which gets her hospitalized. And it's here where a nurse gives her information of how she can access this cosmetic fountain of youth that is the substance. And she has to jump through a lot of hoops to get this thing, going through some rundown part of town with a special magnetic card that unlocks a locker. Yeah. Now, the film does not go into any detail about who specifically created the substance, but I'm guessing it's made for the 1% who can afford it. Please do not do a prequel for this where they show this. I'm okay with this lack of information. And Elizabeth decides that she needs this substance when she realizes that her old job is up for grabs for someone who's younger. And the substance does the trick by creating this kind of offshoot version of herself that's younger. I'm not going to describe how it does this, but needless to say, it's pretty gross. I gotta say that the instructions on the substance are just so super minimal, and they require you to know how to do certain injections and even perform surgeries without any detailing. And all these instructions are like in this inch-high block letters. So yeah, like I said before, the substance sort of creates two of you. One that is young, and then the other is just your kind of older body residue. And you have to switch the bodies via blood transfusion every 7 days. No exceptions. Yeah, with a specific rule like that, you know it's going to be broken, just like that kid in Gremlins. Now first, Elizabeth's younger persona, Sue, played by Margaret Qualley, takes her old job as an exercise person, and forgets about that 7-day limit, creating some problems when she switches back. And then Sue just wants to stop switching back at all, and it gets even more gross. In fact, it gets so gross that several times when watching this film, I just wanted it to be over, just because I didn't want to see this character suffer so darn much. I'm not saying you shouldn't watch this film because of that, and I won't reveal this ending, but this is one of those films where I want there to be some bad guy to blame, but I'm not really sure who I should be blaming. I'm guessing that the male gaze is the true villain of this film. But this character, Elizabeth/Sue, is just doing everything she can to try and please it. Anyway, what did you think of The Substance?